Tonight, an I-team investigation into a local assisted living facility leads to an inspection by state regulators. Our Jackie Calloway contacted the state after a whistleblower complained that a staff shortage could put residents at risk.
What if there was a fire? I'm supposed to get 29 people out of a facility?
An employee at the Savannah Court Assisted Living Facility in Haines City says there were not enough caregivers to take care of the residents as recently as December.
The late shift, which is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., a lot of times there'd be one person there.
How many do they normally schedule for the shift?
They schedule 2 people per shift. That's the normal schedule.
2 people to care for and clean up after dozens of residents.
It's just too much.
Tell me what you mean by alone.
I would be in the facility totally, other than the residents that are there, I would be totally alone.
This whistleblower, who still works at Savannah Court, contacted the I-team after they say they reported the issue to management on multiple occasions over the last year.
If you need assistance and you call the director, or you text, mostly text, they don't respond.
I dug through state records and found regulators cited Savannah Court in Haines City over staffing issues in April of 2018. That report states the facility failed to provide sufficient qualified staff to provide resident supervision and to provide resident services to meet their needs. According to the inspector, multiple residents stated when they pull their call light at times, they have to wait an extended period of time. Sometimes staff don't respond at all. State regulators at the Agency for Healthcare Administration confirmed that staffing corrections were made by the time they revisited the facility in November of 2018.
Things just seem to have gotten worse.
This employee contacted the I-team last December, and on December 10th, I reported their concerns to regulators and asked that they conduct an inspection at Savannah Court. We checked and found the Agency for Healthcare Administration sent an investigator to the facility 1 day later. During that visit, the state hit Savannah Court with a Class 2 citation, the second most serious over staffing deficiencies.
We looked at those inspection reports and we found a pattern of really a troubling pattern of staffing issues.
Brian Lee served as the state's senior watchdog for 7 years. He was the ombudsman for the Department of Elder Affairs.
When you have staffing issues, that can actually mushroom into much more worse problems. When you don't have enough staff to care for the residents, to be able to respond to their needs.
Did you notice a staffing problem?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Janet Truitt says she isn't surprised by the inspection findings. She told us she paid Savannah Court nearly $6,000 to cover the deposit and first month for her 101-year-old mom. When was the first red flag?
The first day I went there.
Just 2 weeks later, Janet said she moved her mother out of Savannah Court.
This is a picture of her after she'd been there about a week.
She showed us pictures of her mom's swollen legs and compression socks either down around her ankles or only halfway pulled up,
causing her feet to swell even more.
Janet also showed us pictures of a washcloth, bath mat, and toothbrush she says were never used.
She didn't get a shower for nearly 2 weeks. Her teeth were never brushed.
Janet says she complained to the nursing staff but saw no improvements in her mother's care.
The CNAs would tell me, that they had too many duties.
Do you not have a media relations or a public relations person, corporate, that can answer questions about this inspection? I contacted both Savannah Court and their parent company, Senior Living Management, by email and phone. They declined to answer our questions about past inspections. A spokesperson told us in this email, SLM would be happy to participate in a conversation relating to a positive story about the industry and the incredibly caring people who provide services to our seniors.
I would like to see them improve.
We checked state records and found Savannah Court corrected those staffing deficiencies in January. And that staffer we interviewed, they say the facility has hired new caregivers and a manager. Now, we've got resources for you to check any long-term care facility in Florida. Just go to abcactionnews.com. I'm I-team investigator Jackie Calloway, taking action for you.